Good morning, welcome back to another video, and I'm back in the beautiful Lake District, you know it. And today we're taking on Scafell and then tomorrow Scafell Pike, but basically we're going to go up Lords Rake and we're going to tackle the West Wall Traverse. I have done the Lords Rake before, I put the video up here, but today we're going that little bit further, so we're going to be heading up a similar route and then we're going to take a left turn and go up the West Wall Traverse, which is another climb to get to the top of Scafell. And at the top we're going to do a wild camp. It's absolutely roasting today. As you can see, beautiful views, awesome views up to Scafell in front, so I'm going to take my time because it's boiling. I'm going to get a sweat on. I'm not going to film too much on the way up because I am going up from Wasdale, the tourist route. I've actually never done this route before. Previously when I did this I went up Lingmel, which is a right slog up there first. I'll film a little bit on the way, but the main bit is we'll get to the bottom of Lords Rake and then we'll take it from there, and let's see what the West Wall Traverse has to offer. So for those of you who are new to the channel, we have grown subscribers quite a lot recently. So my name's Kris, I'm based just near Manchester and I love to do hiking, wild camping, long distance hikes, adventures, that sort of thing. So if you enjoy this video and you want to see more things like that, please do consider subscribing. It's completely free, doesn't cost you a thing, you'll just get notified of any new videos. And if you do like the video, please drop a like. It really does help more people see the videos. I'm also going to be bringing a lot more gear reviews to the channel, so again, if that's your thing, stay tuned. So for those of you looking to do Scafell for the first time, there's 4 ways up Scafell, but 2 main routes up there. You've got the corridor route, that's quite popular. That's probably one of the longer routes, but not as steep. And then you've got Wasdale, which people call the tourist route. That's because you've got the tourist information at the bottom. It's the shortest route to the top, but it's also one of the steepest. If you're doing the National 3 Peaks, this is the route you would take up to the top because it's the shortest. And as I say, I've never been up this route before, but for us, it's quite direct and it gets us to the bottom of Lords Rake and the West Wall Traverse. And then after our wild camp on the summit somewhere, we'll probably head down past Fox's Tarn, back up to Scafell Pike, and then we'll go and tag that off as well, before we probably come back a similar route to today. And again, if you weren't aware, yes, I said that right, the Scafell and Scafell Pike, they're 2 different summits. Scafell Pike is the tallest, and not far behind it is Scafell. Right, but we're going to keep going, and then we'll get a lot higher up. I can see a lot more people up there as well somewhere, so we'll get up there when we're getting closer to what we're tackling today, which is up here. Oh, it was just sneaking past, didn't even hear it. So quiet. Just randomly turned round and saw it. Amazing. I have brought my Catadin B3, but it's in my bag, no need for that. Some of the freshest water you'll see, so just drank a good gulp, filled up my bottle, and that'll do me till we get a bit higher. You can see where we're heading, right up there. Always appreciate where you've come from. Seen plenty of people today, midweek. Whew. And you watch, by the end of this I'm going to be illuminous red because I didn't bring any sun cream. Rookie mistakes. Knee strap on today from the start, so that should help. Right, this is as good a place as any to have a little rest. Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna have a nice little chill. So as you can see behind me, or maybe just where those few people are, and they are just at a junction. So if you were going to be heading up Scafell Pike, which you could just do on this route, or you could do that first, you would stay to the left and go straight up. We're taking the right path along the side here to the right hand side of these lads, and we'll be making our way around, and basically this is what we're going to be going up. So we'll follow that round there. I'm just gonna have 10 minutes. We're in no rush today. I've set off midday, so the time now is 12:37. Obviously we're going to be camping up there as well, so we don't want to be too early, and I want to make sure I get the most of this. For once, I'm not going to rush it. I want to make sure I film it for you, get some good angles so you can see what it's like if you fancy doing this. And as I say, I think I mentioned it earlier, but I will leave the last video I did, which is a full circuit. So you'll take you up Lingmel, which is this one behind us, over to Scafell Pike, across Mickledore, up Lords Rake, onto Symonds Knott, Scafell, and then it'll go across, I can't remember what the other ones are, but it goes across like a circuit and takes you back to Wasdale. Cracking route. But if you fancy something a little bit more challenging and you've got the skills and experience, then West Wall Traverse. But don't take it lightly, and if you need to, obviously, you know, make sure you've got the right equipment and things. But I'm not here to preach, I'm here to tackle it myself. It's not an instructional video, but I've been dying to do this bit for ages, and I couldn't have picked a more perfect day, and for a summit camp as well. Get in. But for now, I'm just going to top up on some water. I'm going to neck the water that I've put in my little bottle before that I filled up from the stream. I'm going to drink all that, and then we'll set off. Right, just enjoyed that little sit down, and we're on the move again. So behind me now, right at the top in the middle, is a place called Mickledore. We're not quite going as high as that, but that is a way you could go up here, very, very steep. But we're kind of going maybe halfway up there, and then we'll be jutting to the right. Just seen a couple of lads who were walking up here. I asked them, oh, are you coming up Lords Rake? And they said, no, Scafell Pike. So I've just told them they're on the wrong path. So yeah, just be careful. If you do want to do Scafell Pike, stick to the left as you get to the little crossroads, and that'll take you up onto the tops over here and up to Scafell Pike, which is just over there. But we'll go and have a look at that tomorrow. It'll give us something to do in the morning. Now this hike today is the first hike that I can remember in a long, long time, where yesterday I thought, do you know what, I'm going to do Lords Rake and the West Wall Traverse today. So I packed super quick, had everything ready last night, went to bed super late, got up this morning, so positive, couldn't wait to come. And even though I set off a little bit later than I normally would, it was just, I felt like I've not felt for years, which is amazing. I feel so good that off my own back, no pushing, I just couldn't wait to get here today, and I'm so glad I've come again. But anyway, you don't want to hear me waffling. What you want me to do is to show you Lords Rake. So if I whip the camera around one more time, I can already see someone kind of halfway up there. We'll get higher up, kind of where he is with that big boulder, and we'll get to the bottom of Lords Rake, and then we'll pick this video back up for the juicy bit. Just as I'm climbing up here, see this group below? I'll show you. So there's a group below, down there. Quite a youngish group. I've got a feeling someone's leading them. Not too sure, but on the way up, I could tell one of the lads, he said, oh, I'm too fat for this. And he was struggling a little bit. So it's obviously his first time up here, and they're helping him up. And I just noticed them following me now. So I've just shouted, are you going up Scafell Pike? And they said, yes. So I've just said, you're on the wrong path. You need to cut across. And I heard one of the guys down there said, no, I think this is the right way. But yeah, some people just don't listen. So I'm just taking my time a little bit just to see what they do. And if they do start to come up here, I will wait here, because this definitely isn't the right way up for them. I mean, don't get me wrong, people might want to take a bit of a more severe route. However, being a mountain leader trained myself, not qualified, but mountain leader trained, and I take people up in the mountains. If I had that person or that young group of people in my group, I would be assessing the abilities of the group, and I would not be taking them up this way, because that means they're going to have to go up Mickledore, which is a decent scramble, and I wouldn't be taking a group up there ever. So I really hope they know what they're doing. But yeah, we'll see anyway. We'll see what happens when they get up here. If they're going a bit slow, I'm going to carry on. But hopefully they're okay. But that is your tourist route up there and along up to the top of Scafell Pike. Hopefully you can see a bit better now. We're just in the shade. Sun's just gone behind there now. So hopefully no more glare in the camera. And it's very scrambly up here, as you can see. So just got to take a little bit of care. And when you're doing things like this, always keep a little eye out behind you just to make sure no one's following you. Because if they are, give them a shout or something just to make sure you're not sending rocks down on them, because you will be knocking rocks down. Just on my way up, check out those up there. If I just switch to my iPhone, got some people climbing up there. Oh, no chance I would do that. Where are the other ones? Right up there. Braver than me. Here we go. So we're now at the bottom of Lords Rake. You can see it's a scree slope. You know, you've got no drops to the side just behind you, so just a case of keeping your hands on the rock. Obviously I'm going to be filming, so I'll have one hand on and 2 feet. But you know, just if you do something like this, just take your time. We're in no rush. Now where the boulder is at the top, if you can see it, around that section is where we'll be taking a left. Last time I did this on my other video, we carried on right to the top. I wasn't even aware of the west wall traverse at that stage, or I would have done it. Once I come back, everyone told me you should have done that, so that's why I'm back today. So I'll do what I can. I'll stick one of my cameras on my chest, and I brought the 360 camera today. I just thought that gives a real good perspective so you can see what it's like hands on, rather than just my head and a little bit of in front. You can see the footing as well. I can see those people at the bottom there. I'm not sure whether you can make them out, but they're at the bottom there, sat down. So it'll be interesting to see which way they go, because they really should have been on that path over there. This path behind me leads from Mickledore. So from Scafell Pike, you can come down, come across Mickledore, and you can take this little high path to cut through. I actually couldn't find that last time, and I had to drop down and come up, but there it is, should you need to do it. So let me get prepped, let me get my little mounts out and stuff so I can get you on my chest, and then we'll head up. I'll just show you what my setup's going to be for this. So it might look a little bit ridiculous, but I've got my microphone up here because I'm going to put you on here. So I've got this little neck mount just to keep you head height. We're going to change the resolution so it's nice and wide, give a good point of view. And the reason I've got this on is I may well use the audio off here, but because it's below me, sometimes it can be a little bit loud, or because I'll be looking round, the audio might be all over. So I'm recording with this as well because it's going to track my head and the sound should be all right. And this is the new Insta360 X5. First time using it today, so that'll be interesting. But we're going to film in 8K, 8K 30 frames a second. But obviously when I export it, it'll be 4K on here. But let's see what this looks like. Comments below if it looks good. So luckily it's dry today, so it shouldn't be too bad. But I know it is always slippy on here. So care definitely must be taken. And I've double checked, there's nobody coming behind us, so we're at no risk of knocking anything down than anybody else. Definitely slippery. It looks like you can go to the left or right as well. We'll probably head to the right. Yeah, just important to get a really good grip. I mean, if you do this yourself, probably easier if you're not going wild camping with a backpack on. Small backpack. See what we've come up. Now, if we were just going up Lords Rake, we would carry on up over those stones, climb over those, get a lovely view over Wastwater, and then take a left up to Symonds Knott. But if you can see, this is our little turn off for the West Wall Traverse. First time for me, looking forward to it. Yeah, if you were to come here in the wet, this would be very different. How's that for a view? I mean, one thing to consider if you were doing this is whether you need a helmet. It's probably advisable. If the weather had been worse, I would have brought it, but I've done a lot of things like this before, so I made the personal choice not to bring it today. Sending an avalanche down here behind me. Oh, what's the lens? Oh, yes. This is right, actually, because the cairn's here. Yes. Baby. Yes. Yes, this is spot on. I recognise it. Oh, look at that. Now, this is Symonds Knott. As I say, I've done it before. And this is Scafell, not Scafell Pike. This is where we'll be pitching somewhere around here, but way too early for that. We can see the fantastic Scafell Pike in the distance. For us to get to Scafell Pike, we'll probably do it tomorrow. But it's a bit of a slog because you've got a steep down, very steep down to Fox's Tarn and a steep up again. But yeah, this is the path. Quite a few people coming down and they'll come across to Mickledore and they're probably coming round this way, to be honest, Fox's Tarn. Or maybe they're coming up here, who knows. Absolutely stunning 360 views, not a breath of wind, which we normally would say is perfect, but actually I could do with a little bit of wind because there are some midges up here. And it's annoying because when I did my kit load out, link above, I showed you some new things that I got for the West Island Way, those little midge cones, whatever they're called. I didn't bring them. Yeah, why didn't I bring them? Idiot. Let's get right on the top step, where all the millions of midges are. Top of Symonds Knott. See a few people over on Scafell. It's so peaceful. As I say, we need just a touch of wind Just a touch of wind to get rid of those midge. Don't want to be dealing with them tonight. Look at the look out to Wasdale as well. Beautiful. Got Lingmel in the distance. And you can see the tourist path up to Scafell Pike. Oh, midges everywhere, man. I'm gonna get eaten alive. Ah. Just keep moving. Midge heaven up here. Right, well, while I'm negotiating my way down here, we'll head over to the summit of Scafell. Lots of cairns to mark the path up here, just in case there's adverse weather. A few other people up here as well. And this is the little summit here. And this is the summit of Scafell, height below or above. So this is different to Scafell Pike. Scafell Pike's in the distance over there. Very similar in height. This is just a little bit lower. Nice rocky outcrop up here, but you know, if you were bad weather you could shelter. But today's beautiful. Can actually see what I'm working with. There's still no wind, so I don't know if you can see them on the camera, but midge is absolutely everywhere. Going to be itching tonight. They're all over my legs. So I'm just making my way down all this little rocky section here. Another little place you can sit for shelter there as well. Oh yes, this is me. So I'm just lay right at the crossing point. If you came up Lords Rake and you'd gone straight to the top of Lords Rake, you would come out this direction. We've come out this direction. You've got Scafell behind, and this way, this is why it's a crossing point, is Fox's Tarn, where we'll be going tomorrow to go down and up to Scafell Pike. But yeah, I might whip the drone up here first just to show you where I'm sat now, where I'm chilling for a little bit, and then I might see if the drone can make it to Scafell Pike from here. We may end up losing it, who knows, because I don't know how windy it is in between, but listen, you've got to use your gear, haven't you? And I'm sure I might have it insured, I don't know, but we'll give it a whirl. So this must have been that other section where you could have come up. Ah yes, little section there. So it seems rude not to give a little climb up here and see what this is saying. A little bit sketch, but we can do it. Whew. Look at that for a view. Don't want to fall down there. So you can see what we've come up. Obviously we were down there before where we saw those people, and then we've been up the rake to the side and then climbed up around the other side of this rock. So we would have come over that corner there. Great gable in the background over there. Kirkfell. Pillar. Yew-barrow. Some of those I still need to do. But unless anyone's coming up the rake or coming up the West Wall Traverse, nobody's going to be coming on this side now. Because if you come up Lords Rake, you come up the other side. So I think it's going to be very quiet on this side. Sun's getting a little bit lower now. I'm going to pick out a little pitch and I might set up a little bit early so we can just chill out. And hopefully, not sure where the sunset's going to be. I've got a feeling it's going to be behind here, but it's not a problem if we don't see it from the tent. We can get up at night and have a look, and in the morning the sunrise should be somewhere over there. Right, I've had a good look round. There aren't any really straight spots, but I'm going to go for kind of this area here. Now it is on a bit of a slant, but we've got great views. And we're just at the top of here, and then we're going to face this way, which is opposite to where the sun's going to set, but the sun's going to set on the other side of Symonds Knott. I don't want to go up too near the path, near the crossroads where it's very flat, but you are getting some wind coming up there, whereas here you're a little bit sheltered because the wind's picking up a little bit now, which is good. But I'm thinking I'll have that as a view, which is brilliant, and I can still see Scafell as well. So this for me will be my view. And then later on, if we need to get the sunset, we can have a mooch up there as long as we don't fall off. So what I'm going to do, I've started to get my things out now, and then when I bring you back, hopefully somewhere in there on a slope we'll have the tent. Right, 3, 2, 1. Boom! And there she is. So tonight, I think I mentioned it before, I'm in the Durston X-Dome 1 Plus, but looks quite solid. I've used all the extra pieces of guy line that I added to the corners. It'll obviously always be interesting to see how this bit takes the wind, but I think I mentioned I might even try it later just to show you how you can strengthen this as well. So again, on top it's very, very strong on there, but you know, if you were to get a piece of wind, I think you would get some deflection there. However, I'm happy with that. Beautiful view out to Bowfell and Coniston Old Man in the distance, and we've got a lovely view. Scafell Pike, Scafell and Symonds Knott. Let's get everything in the tent squared away. Let's get a brew on. Woo-hoo-hoo. In fact, let's open it up because it's going to get so warm in there. We'll just have to deal with the midges. If they get too bad, I'll shut it. It's a good place to be. I say this would normally be your head end, the wider end, but it's on a slope, as you can see. It's sloping towards me and sloping away. So if I use my head here and I use it diagonal, and I can use that bit for my gear, and that should work well. But we'll get the mat in anyway, just to see how it feels and make sure I'm not sliding around too much. Oh, right, I'm organised. There's no midges in my inner at the moment, but there's a million in my vestibule. So I'm going to show you around, and then I'm going to shut this door for a little bit, and we'll keep outside the tent. So this is what I've got for tonight. 2 850ml bottles. I'm probably going to drink a lot of that one on its own, and then I've got an 850, which is enough for... I've just got 1 dehydrated meal. The reason it's got this on is because I ripped the packet to get it a little bit thinner. Tomato and basil. They're all right. They're not too bad. I've got that. I've got a Snickers, which I'm surprised isn't melted. I've got my tiny little pot, my little Tokes Ultralight 550 titanium. I've got my X-Boil and some alcohol. Hopefully, I've not seen the alcohol yet. It must be in my bag somewhere. It's nice and quiet, so I can make a brew. There's no rush. I can make a brew with that. That's just my drone, and I've got a couple of spoons. Inside the tent, very basic again. So X-Bed Mega Pillow, Kilos Gear mat, Enlightened Equipment, Enigma quill. Again, you would have seen that in the last video. And these just a couple of clothes for tonight, but I doubt I'll need those. So I've got a puffy jacket, Senshi Designs, I've got a pair of leggings, and I've just got a bit of a warm top. And that's it. Just a nice, simple, easy camp, lightweight. Should be nice and solid for tonight. But I definitely need to have some water. I've not had enough today, and I can feel my head hurting a little bit. I've probably caught the sun. I had no sun cream, so it's not ideal. But what a pitch. Absolutely gorgeous. Stunning views. I'll show you from above as well where we are. But we're right at the top of the West Wall Traverse. Absolutely awesome location. Having a look at the Coniston Fells, and as mentioned before, Bowfell. Symonds Knott right behind us. When I set off this morning from Wasdale, I met a guy. I don't know if he subscribes, but he certainly watched my Thor's Cave video and recognised me. And I was talking to him for about 25 minutes. Quite strange, he had these mechanical legs that you put batteries in and they attach to your legs and they give you a little bit of momentum. Really unusual. So he said he was trying them out. He's bought them recently. And he was doing a walkout of walking the Wainwrights, which I've done. Lingmel, Scafell Pike, Scafell, another one, and Slight Side. So this basically circular. And I've just seen a guy with a little dog, which is that guy. So I just gone over to him and said, why are you coming from that direction? And he basically was doing the route the opposite way round. So if you go to Lingmel first, which is a big slog, you've done most of your elevation. A bit of a down and up to Scafell Pike. Then you've got a down and up again, Fox's Tarn or Lords Rake or something. Scafell's kind of similar level. It's downhill all the way. He was going to pass me now and go thinking he can get to Scafell Pike, but you can't. You've got Broadstand, you've got a big drop. So cut a long story short, I just said, you've got no chance of getting there at this time. Honestly, really worrying me. Thinking, you're going to get stuck on the mountain and it's so hot and he's not got a lot of water and he's got a poor little dog. So I've just been going through OS maps now to try and find him a route down. There is a route off Scafell, steepish down to get you kind of back towards Wasdale. So we've just worked it out for him. He's set off, and I really hope he's all right. But that's got me worried about him now. I said to him, because you know my details, please, 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 when you get down to your car, drop me a message so I know you're all right. So if you're watching the channel by now, or hopefully I've heard from you, but you made the right decision to go down now. It's 7 o'clock now. I think the reason I'm telling you this is, if you come up here on your own, make sure you're aware of your time. If you're chugging along and you realise that way later than I thought I'd be, you know, I was expecting to have finished by now, but 6.5 hours into the hike, you've only got to your second one, turn around, do the right thing. Don't leave yourself stuck in the mountains. It's dangerous. It's hot up here, and you know, I'm sure he's got a head torch, but you don't want to be stuck up here. So yeah, just a little reminder, be careful, make sure you have a map with you, make sure you have a backup plan, but more importantly, be really conscious of how long you're taking. You know, you could do with planning in advance and knowing, I should be at this point by this time, I should be at this point by this time. And if you're not, you know you're not going to get round, so back out. The mountain will always be here another day. So he's a bit gutted that he's not going to finish it, but I've just said, look, get yourself down today, get a good night's sleep, come back, and then you've only got the 2 to do on the other side. So, you know, nice and easy. So yeah, anyway, I hope he's okay. It shouldn't need too much. I'll be plenty. Right, now that is lit, I can already see. Get the pot on there. Awesome. Get the lid on. Perfect. Now, not everyone's into the alcohol stoves, but for camping, I absolutely love them. Yes, it'll take 8-9 minutes to boil your water, but listen, perfectly quiet. It's just nice, get a little bit of warmth off it. It's slow, it's calm, it's peaceful, and that's what we're all about. So we'll let that boil, and then we'll get the coffee bag in. These are great if you've not tried them. Taylor's coffee bags. I have a few different types of these, strong ones and things, but these are brilliant. Cheers. Oh, it's lovely, that coffee. Nice and strong. Colin midges on the outside of the tent here. There's going to be a lot later. Have to make sure I keep that door shut, that's for sure. Fuck off. Sun just about to go behind Symonds Knott. Tent's looking really well. Feels really solid. I'm looking forward to spending my first night in this tonight. So, Revolution Race pants, as always. I've put my socks on now, and I've got my Senchi on, and we'll put my hood up as well, because it drops off quickly, the heat. But look how beautiful it is. The sun's set behind us, but it's obviously casting a gorgeous colours over the Coniston range over there. Just about to catch the sunset. It's just a shame that there's a layer of cloud just below, but the sun is literally just setting now into the sea. You just see the glimpse of a little tarn on top of there between the rocks in the distance. Don't really know which fell that is. I think it's Kirkfell, but I could be wrong. So there's a layout in the tent, a little bit messy, but we've got everything set up in there. And now if we just pull this out, let's seal it up to stop the midges. But yeah, massive vestibule, loads of room in there. You can see I've still had my food, I've not had my food yet. So the sun has now probably set into the sea. We'll see if we can get one last look. Look at the colours all around. It's absolutely perfect. Yeah, so glad I came. It's been worth it. And what we'll do tomorrow, we'll get up nice and early, we'll head down to Fox's Tarn, head up past Mickledore, and we'll go up to Scafell Pike as well. we're so close to it, we might as well go and tag it, even though I've done it before. But we'll go over there in the morning, nice and early, and then we can get down, because I think the weather's changing from early afternoon, so we want to get down before then. But this has been perfect. Right, before we shut everything up, let's just have a little taste of this food, see what it's like. Not too bad. I'm gonna chill out for the night now, and I will pick this up in the morning. We'll get up nice and early, we'll head up to Scafell. We'll obviously set the alarm, make sure we get up for sunrise as well, and we should get an epic sunrise out of there in the morning. So, thanks for watching so far. Stay tuned, we've got Scafell Pike to do next. So I will see you in the morning. Peace. Good morning. The time is 4:41, so I set my alarm for early. So I'm going to do the hard thing, get up, get my gloves on, and go and have a mooch outside, and let's see what it looks like. Let's do up the inner so we don't get any bugs in there. Wow, yes. Look at the colours in the sky already. Beautiful. So it looks like the sun's going to rise literally right behind Scafell Pike. Hopefully we'll catch some nice colours in the sky. And then yeah, it should warm up a little bit. Yeah, beautiful. All the layers. Well worth seeing. All I've got to remember as well is which rock I put the bloody camera on. I think it might have been this one over here. Was it? I'm not even sure. Maybe. And as soon as that sun rises, it'll get nice and warm as well. We can probably end up ditching everything I've got on, to be fair, in my bag, and just rocking with my t-shirt. There we go, found it. And that should still be recording there nicely. Just as I'm packing away this last few things, I just thought I'd show you. Look at my coffee cup. You can obviously see how dirty it is from the coffee. So let me just show you one of those expandable cloths that I mentioned in my gear video. And just get a little bit of water. And this cloth turns into a decent sized cloth. Look at that. So you got a really big cloth, and that's perfect for cleaning your pot. So I use these to clean my face, clean my body, but really good for cleaning your pot, cleaning your pans, things like that. There you go, and we get that and we just, no we don't, we get that and we put that back in this little rubbish bag here. Put that back in there. Right, let me get this tent away. It'll actually go small in this, you can see, look, but leave it a little bit, don't do it too tight in your bag, and then it can shape in your bag. But there you go, really good, and you can cinch that down to half the size if you need to. Right, I'll just tidy these last few things away and then I'll show you how we've left the space. So there you go, but as you can see, Gleave no trace. Make sure you leave the place so no one can tell you've been there. Obviously you can't help it if you've had a mark from your tent, but there's absolutely nothing there, no rubbish. Everything's in my bag, everything's coming with me. Bag feels lovely and light again. Right, so the time is 6:20 AM. So it's nice and early, already packed away, done, and we're heading off. We're heading to a place called Fox's Tarn, and basically if you want to get from Scafell to Scafell Pike, that's where you need to go. And it's off the side of here. So basically, just where the sheep is in the distance, that's where the crossing point is, and the cross on the floor. and that's where you go down. I don't know much about this apart from I think it is quite steep. I think it's quite steep down, so I'm just going to take it easy on my knee. Bit of an update, my knee's been great, really good with my knee strap, but it's on the downhills where I have a little bit of a struggle, so hopefully it'll be alright today. I'm all strapped up again. We should be good. Yeah, just take our time down here, I think. It looks like we just need to get probably to the bottom down there, down this scree, and that should take us round Broad Stand to the bottom of Scafell, and then we've got to climb up again. Yeah, it's definitely slippy. I've come off this scree for now. See my shadow there? I've come off this scree for now and I've come on the side here. I'm hoping I can get down again, but I'm going to try and get down this grass, which is a little bit easier, he says, but a little bit more grip and a little bit easier on my knees. So I might have to just climb down again in a minute, but hopefully I can get down this way, somewhere down here, and wiggle down just to save me going down all that. Yeah, a bit of a nasty scramble that. Very slippy. Right, and this is the last bit now. Looks like we've got to get down here. If I was to do this again, I'd go down by Lords Rake, because I think there's less scree than this. So yeah, I think if I did it again, I'd go down Lords Rake and you'd come out on Mickledore and it'd save this climb, and I think the descent is going to be a little bit better. You've still got the steep scree, but you've got the steep scree here. I don't think Lords Rake is any worse than this, so yeah, I don't think this is the best way to go, but we've done it now, so don't think I'd come this way again though. Definitely not. Right, I'm going to get down there, and when I get to the bottom, I'm going to take this jacket off because it is definitely warming up now, and we will get a sweat on getting up there. Yeah, not easy coming down there, because you can obviously see the water running down. It's slippy as well, bit of lichen there. Yeah, and now we've got a scramble back up as well. So definitely, if you do this, Lords Rake, man, get down there. Got to be better than this. Let me see if I can set you up without you falling. Oh yes, much better. I'm good to go. So next, follow this path. We'll scramble up, and we're heading to that white. I'll show you what it is when we get up there. It's like a first aid thing, so, or something like that. I can't remember from last time, but we're going to head up to there, and I'll bring you back when I'm up there. No point in filming going up here, because I'll need my hands. Well, that's one way to get your blood pumping in the morning. It's literally just turned 7 o'clock, and I'm just making it to the emergency. I don't know if it is a shelter, but we'll see. Certainly a rescue post. Yeah, so if you are up in this area, this is telling you where you are. You've got your grid reference. If you have to phone the, obviously, mountain rescue, tells you what to do. But yeah, if you ever have any problems here, you know what to do. Call 999, ask for mountain rescue, and give as many specific details as you can of where you are. They do work with things like what 3 words. So if you've got your phone, you can either give a grid ref, or if you've got what 3 words, I don't really use that, but you can use that as well, and they are familiar with that. Right, well, for us, we're now going to head up here, and we're going to go to the top. Before, when I was talking about Broad Stand, this is Broad Stand. So we set the camera up on top of there, and we were basically camped up there last night, but obviously further back. And just in the distance, this here, that there, is Lords Rake. And then just where the stones are near the top about here is where we take a left, and we've basically headed up here to the top. Oh, lovely. Facing to the sun. Right, let's get this last bit done, and I'll see you back at the summit. There it is. There it is. The time is 7:25, so it's taken 25 minutes to get from that mountain rescue box. And now, let's go and touch the summit of the tallest mountain in England. go. So what we'll do, before I give you the height, we'll go up to this little cairn, because this is even higher. Here we go. So this is the true summit of Scafell Pike, and I believe this is 978 metres, with views all around, beautifully clear, absolutely stunning. But there, how's that? Well worth coming up here. I'm amazed we've got it to ourselves. I thought there'd be loads of people up here for sunrise today, because it's the most perfect day. I think somebody is in a bivvy bag right there. There's a few little shelters on here, so great little places for bivvies. Look, loads of places for bits of shelter. So just back to the summit now. We'll take a couple of pictures and then we're going to head down. We're going to head down direct way. We can get some water on the way down as well, which will be good from the stream. I definitely do need it. I have got a little bit in here, but this is my last 500ml or 400ml. Right, so we're just descending via the by the tourist route. As you can see here, there's loads of cairns. You can't really go wrong. Nice and easy. I'll bring you back when we get some water. We'll top up some water, because I definitely need some of that. So now I'm confident of drinking what I've got on my chest, and then we'll get down to the little stream and try and get some more water without falling. Good little test on the knees, these. See how they cope with a little bit of impact, but they're feeling good. Just look at this. Look at that. Now if someone's just dumped it, or it's fell out of their bag. So I'm going to have to stop. I'm really filled up on my bag, but I'm going to have to stop, and I'm going to put that on the top of my bag and take it down. But it's cold, that, so I'm guessing someone's been drinking out of it and dropped it. But I'm going to take it down. Gleave, no trace. Right, let's carry on. So this is an opportunity where you can cut across, or you can go this way actually, and you can go up to Lingmel. But we're not going to do that, we've already done it. Just been walking down, chatting to loads and loads of people, really enjoying myself. But now for me, as you can hear, I'm going to get a little bit of water. Always go for the running stuff. This does not need filtering. This has been filtered all the way through this rock. And that freshest water you'll get. So I'm just going to top up my bottle, drink a load, and then top it up again, and then we'll head down. And then we'll wrap this up. Just want to say thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. A little safety precaution again. If you're looking to do something like this, make sure you've got the right gear. Make sure you're confident in what you're doing. If you're not, go with somebody else. It's not an instructional video. Just want to share what I've done today, but I will share the routes as I said earlier. So hope you enjoyed it. Please do drop a like if you did. I know I say it a lot of the times, but just dropping that like shows YouTube that this is a good video to watch, or you enjoyed it, and they'll just help more people see it, which will help the channel. But I want to say thank you very much if you stay till the end, and I will catch you on the next one soon. Peace.